subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. What is going on a slow Thursday night? No boxing for real. All day's been slow, but I found it intriguing that Terence Bud Crawford tweeted out. He said a lot of y'all YouTubers that just be making they podcasts be killing boxing because y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Now, let's be very clear about this. Let's be very clear that Terence Crawford is obviously frustrated about people going on and making their own perspectives, making uh their own theories on what is going on, right? And coming to a conclusion that that he had all the ball was in his court and he had to make the fight and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I understand because at the end of the day, he is the fighter and he is the guy that that people are going after, right? Um, I'm sure he doesn't appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? People are talking down on him in his name, and YouTube is probably the source that is where he's getting all the backlash from, right? Obviously, people are speaking out, and people are just making their own theories on the situation and what's going on and why we didn't get this fight, this and that and yada yada. You know what I'm saying? But what obviously YouTube and Twitter is really what keeps the sport alive because constant talk about something is usually going to uplift the sport as far as somebody's always having a conversation about it. And I feel like YouTube is obviously that outlet that a lot of people go to speak on things that go on in boxing, especially that we don't, boxing fans don't have a lot of outlets to go to speak on or talk about boxing, right? If it's not Twitter or Instagram, YouTube is probably the one that you can actually voice your opinion on, right? So YouTubers killing boxing, not so much, but in reality, is YouTubers, you know, killing fighters. You know what I'm saying? Killing fighters for their own personal gains, for their own uh for their own like theories that they come up with, right? Obviously, because a lot of these dudes they get on and they swear up and down that they know exactly what's going on in a situation, and they think that everything is easy to make, right? Obviously, a lot of guys on here aren't the brightest people, when it comes to business. You know what I'm saying? And they I understand where Terence Crawford is coming from, especially when you're saying, yo, I just want transparency. I don't know what I'm getting 30% of, 20% of. I don't know what the fuck I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? And people are like literally telling him, no, you have to take a shot in the dark and fuck it. If you get $10 and you go in there, you have to go in there no matter what, this and that. And it just sounds cringe. It sounds cringe because it's obvious that your mindset is not capable of really coming up with um a business mindset. Obviously you don't know these people. They're not in your best interest. Everything is against you, nothing is for you. You know what I'm saying? So if it seems skeptical and if it seems a little sketchy, why would anyone go ahead and and invest their time in something and not even know what they're getting in return, right? Obviously he took a deal with BLK Prime for $10 million, and obviously he's already gotten a percentage of that money, so in his mind, in the fighter's mind, it's already a set money that he's gonna make no matter what, if ands or buts about it, right? It's like these dudes don't have a business sense, right? It's like you a drug dealer, but you giving crack out, and you tell him, nah, pay me later. Yo, you fucking bozo. You know what I'm saying? You are a bozo. Why would Why would you lend out crack? You the drug dealer. The money is up front. You know what I'm saying? But people have such they're so dense that they think that nah. See, if they give you the opportunity, you should have took it. This and that. No, you fucking pansy. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you have to really take a fucking look at that and really see what you're gonna get. Right? It's obvious nobody fights for free. Nobody does shit for free in life. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. But people are acting like, the deal is totally Terence Crawford's fault, and it's because of Terence Crawford that this fight is not being made, and this and that. It's partly his fault, right? Obviously, because he wanted transparency, and he wanted I mean, he wanted to know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to know the numbers. He wanted to know how much he could potentially make. You know what I'm saying? But it's partially Terence Crawford's fault, obviously, you know, and it's partially Earl Spencer's fault. It's partially the network, the network and PBC's fault, right? Obviously, it's obviously everybody's fault. But to sit there and really go at a guy, you know, saying that, it's totally his fault and this and that, you know what I mean? It's like, you're not business wise, you're a fucking dumbass. You know what I mean? It's like literally you're fucking brain dead. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know what I mean? A lot of the people that you come across on, this platform, on Instagram, on Twitter, not only, just here, they're 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 not the brightest people in the world. They're just not. You know what I'm saying? And you could just tell. They talk out their ass and just go on and spew and spew and spew. You know what I'm saying? And then there's people that are even more jackasses that believe a lot of the shit that they spew and spew and spew, you know. And that's all fine and dandy, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have to get brought down back to earth and really understand that shit don't really work how fans or how another broke motherfucker is spitting it, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, they claim that they drug dealers, but you was letting crackheads fucking borrow drugs and then letting them pay you back later. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. The mindset is not there. These guys really aren't business savvy. They don't understand shit. They're really just talking, right? And I get it. It's all off emotion because a lot of these dudes are very sensitive. So they're very invested into one thing, and we understand, and I understand you might be invested, you might be emotionally attached to a guy, but at the end of the day, that's not how shit goes, right? It just doesn't. So I understand where Terence Crawford is coming from. you know Obviously YouTubers aren't killing boxing because we're literally talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But what he's really mad about is a lot of bullshit that gets spewed. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers are just so passionately, and in reality, it's not just passion, it's fucking emotional. You know what I'm saying? It's emotional, and it's you know, I think they want that I don't know. I don't know what these guys want from another man, but I understand where Terence Crawford is coming from with that tweet. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe, that YouTubers are killing boxing. Of course not, right? Or guys on Twitter or Instagram, and I think it's just a lot of propaganda narratives that get pushed around that it becomes bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that when you have a following and you're spewing bullshit, I mean, they're just blind. They're in a cult. It's up until Jonestown happens that these people, you know, I mean, they won't wake up, right? Because they're gonna drink the Kool-Aid and be gone. But look, man, we have to or really talk about boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the shit is bullshit that people talk about. You have to know how to negate what is bullshit and what is realistic, right? Understand Understanding is the number one key to things, right? Obviously, you don't know 100% of a story, so you can only go off of what the fighters tell you or what they tell you, right? But you could come to your own conclusion if you have an understanding of what's going on. You can come to your own conclusion and make your own uh and have your own opinions on a situation. Obviously, 100% of the time you're definitely not going to be right? Obviously. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not in that at that table, if you're not you know what I'm saying? If you're not at that table when they negotiating, if you're not there, then you don't know what's going on. All you could go off is whatever word of mouth, right? Whatever people are talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's very hard, but to blame one fighter for the whole complete thing is just disgusting. Because that's not 100% the truth. You know what I'm saying? You can make up things and just say anything. And if somebody believes you, then they literally go outside and then they start spewing that shit to other people, and other people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, literally, what are you talking about? You sound crazy. You know, you can see it in it's a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, boxing was slow today, was a slow Thursday, wasn't nothing really to talk about. So I felt this was intriguing when Terence Crawford tweeted this out today. You know, um, understanding, man, understanding. Be somebody that learns to listen. Don't just be out there thinking that you know everything, because you don't. Obviously, nobody does. You know, nobody does. You know what I'm saying? Listen and understand. You know what I'm saying? You can only go off of what the primary source is telling you. You can't go off of your own emotions, uh taking that and just rambling about bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn to listen. Okay, Terence Crawford said this, and this. All right, Errol Spence said this, and this. Come up with your own opinion, but if you motivated by emotions, then I mean, it's gonna be very hard for you to come up with a good opinion or say anything right. You know what I'm saying? But like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. Follow me on Instagram at P4P Boxing Real News. Follow me on TikTok at P4P Boxing Real News. Follow me on Twitter at P4P Boxing Real News. And we out, man. Peace.